The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this, I should always know this, 20th of May, 2025. We continue with the first weekend of the second half of the 1956 season, a Saturday afternoon from the big old ballpark in the Bronx for a huge one between the Yankees and the Indians. The Indians, by the way, are chasing the Chicago White Sox, who find themselves in first place. The Indians are in second. And as followers of the channel know, this was supposed to be the easy league, not the with the Yankees winning it a romp. Well, the Yankees are still right around 500, as I got to sneeze in a moment. And now that we're, in the second half of the season, time is of the essence of the Yankees. If they're going to win this in a romp, they need to get hot in an awful big hurry. And so they could start with that. They beat, I believe, the Indians in Friday's game. Again. And so they needed this again. So, however, it is a good pitching matchup for you as the cat comes on the bed to say hello. Hello, Em. How are you? Em here to steal the show. It'll be Herb Score for the Indians and Don Larson for the Yankees. A good time will be had by all next, as Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1956. Today, from the Bronx in New York City, it is the New York Yankees and the Cleveland Indians. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So Don Larson, as the Yankees are 41-39, this is game number 81 for them. And for the Indians at 44-34, this is game 79 for them. Larson, as soon as this pops up, there we go, making his 13th of 20 starts, Knight Rider. That was a show on TV, wasn't it? 5-4, a 4.16 ERA, 27 years old. Kit the Car says he pitches a pretty good ball game. Fastball pitcher at 87 and a fly ball pitcher. Emily will be napping in the second inning, yes. And Big Dave rooting for Big Tribe. How you doing, Parallel League? Larson back in the rotation. Pitched 2/3 of an inning against Washington on July 8th. 5 pitches. His last start came on the 4th of July against the Red Sox in a 10-9 win. So he's had 10 days to think about that. 7 1/3, 141 pitches, 6 hits, 4 runs all earned. He walked 6 and struck out 4 in getting his 5th win. Overall for Larson, 101, how you doing, Mike in the truck? 101 2/3, 78 hits, 49 runs, 47 earned. He's allowed 10 homers. He's walked 48 and struck out 64. The lineup he will face on this sunny Bastille Day, July 14th, 1956. Bobby Avila leads off at second for Cleveland. Gene Woodling is in left. He'll bat second. Al Smith in right will go third. Al Rosen cleans up at third. Vic Wertz at first will bat fifth. Hal Narragon is behind the plate. He'll go sixth. Jim Busby in center goes seventh. Chico Carrasquel is at short, batting eighth. He was like a leadoff hitter for the last few times. And Herb Score on the mound, batting ninth. Larson can give you 130 pitches. Cold and rainy in Dayton. It is all of like 45 degrees here in Burlington. Kent, how are you listening from work? Kent the car became Mr. That's right, Mr. Feeney the teacher. I knew I wasn't crazy. Saved by the Bit. No, that was Boy Meets World, wasn't it? That's a little after my time watching that stuff. The outfield for the Yankees as we set their defense. Bob Serva 5 and a 3 in left. Mickey Mantle an 8 and 9 in center. Hank Bauer a 6 and a 5 in right as the cat gets right in my way so I can't see. Thanks, Em. Andy Carey is a 5 at third. Gil McDougald is a 7 and a 10 at short. Jerry Coleman is a 5 and a 6 at second, and Bill Skowron a 6 at first. Yogi Berra behind the plate, he's a 10 and a 9, and Larson is a 4 on the mound with a .923 fielding percentage. Rain not a factor. Clear skies here in New York. Winds blowing left to right at 15 towards Long Island Sound. Avila at 240, 4 homers and 20 RBI. Larson will start this with a high ground ball to McDougald. Over to Skowron, 1 out. For Gene Woodling, easy for me to say, hitting .272, 5 homers and 15 RBI. Larson winds and deals, popped up. McDougald runs into foul territory, a long run. There's a lot of room here at Yankee Stadium. McDougald reaches in the seats and makes a fantastic catch off the shoulder of the kid, who's not sure whether he should be angry or in awe of being touched by Gil McDougald. Here's Al Smith, 2 out. Al at .271, 5 homers and 41 RBI. Yep, Boy Meets World. William Daniels, the actor who portrayed both, is 98. Wasn't he in L.A. Law too? And is still kicking. There's a new feature in the chat, and I don't know what the heck that means. Pitch to Smith. Al swings a ground ball to McDougald over to Skowron, and that will retire the side. So Larson gets the Indians in order. After half an inning, it's Cleveland 0, the Yankees 0. And so here is Herb's score. Herb, 23 years old, fastball pitcher at 94, 16th start, and contrary to popular belief, we've not done all of his starts. He's now 8-7 with a 2.63 ERA, and his 151 strikeouts leads the majors by 1.5 miles. His last appearance was a 14 strikeout, 3-hit shutout at Kansas City on July 7th. So he's on a full week rest. He did pitch in the All-Star game. He went 9 innings, 150 pitches, 3 hits. He has walked 4 and struck out a season-high 14. He's done that twice. In fact, this year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, he's already had 9 10-strikeout games. 123 and a third innings for Herb, 81 hits, 42 runs, 36 of them earned, 10 home runs. He's walked 56 and struck out 151. The Yankees will send this lineup up. Gil McDougald leads off at short. Bob Cerv in left will bat second. Mickey Mantle is in center. He'll go third. Yogi Berra cleans up behind the plate. Skowron batting fifth, plays first. Hank Bauer in right will bat sixth. Andy Carey at third goes seventh. Jerry Coleman, doctor, is at second. He'll bat eighth. And Don Larson will bat ninth. Score can give you 150 pitches. The infield for the Indians, Al Rosen a 5 at third. Carrasquel a 6 and a 7 at short. Bobby Avila a 6 and a 6 at second. Vic Wertz a 5 at first. Gene Woodley a 6 and a 3 in left. Jim Busby a 9 and a 7 in center. Al Smith a 6 and a 6 in right. Narragon is a 2 and a 2 behind the plate. A defensive paragon he is not. And Herb Score is a 2 on the mound. With a .909 fielding percentage. How you doing, Philip Reynolds? Berra is your pick to click. Okay, Jeremiah. The Bullfrog would know. McDougald at .315, 4 homers, and 21 RBI. Score starts this afternoon. A line drive to short. Carrasquel is there, leaps and makes a great catch, 1 out. Here's Bob Cerv. Bob at .272, no homers, and 10 RBI. His year's almost done. Is this the year he gets sent to Kansas City for a bucket of balls? Pitch to Cerv, and hard ground ball to short. Carrasquel over to Wertz, and there's 2 out. for Mickey Mantle. Mickey hitting .321, 29 homers and 71 RBI. Score, winds and fires. Mantle pops it up. Narragon to the screen, and we'll run out of real estate, and the count is 0-2. How you doing, Andrew? Andrew had a great time in Connecticut. The 0-2 to Mantle, and he walked him. So he had him up 0-2 and then lost him on 4 straight. Mantle laid off a hard fastball in the dirt. 2 out for today's Click It to Ticket, Yogi Berra. Yogi at .296, 19 homers and 58 RBI. So Score, trying to make me a monkey's uncle here, delivers, and Yogi draws the walk. So back-to-back walks after 2 quick out. And maybe without lineup you do it. Here's Skowron, Bill at .280, 8 home runs and 34 RBI. So Mantle on second, Berra on first, 2 out here in the bottom of the first. Herb deals, and he walks him loaded. Skowron draws the walk, and so that was a 3-1 fastball that missed upstairs for Hank Bauer, who was hitting .227, 10 homers and 47 RBI. So Mantle on third, Berra on second, and Skowron on first, in a scoreless game. The Yankees don't have a hit, but the bases are loaded. Pitch to Bauer is a ground ball between third and short. Woodling makes the catch. That wasn't a ground ball at all, Ron. Here's my John Sterling. It is high. It is far. It is a foul out to third. It's a line drive to left, and Woodling will make the catch. So the Yankees get 3 free passes and can't cash in on any of them. After 1 inning, no score. The cat hasn't fallen asleep yet. She's sitting in my chair, watching Sarah clean out the litter box. Al Rosen hitting .247, 7 homers and 44 RBI. Larson starts the second. A little ground ball to third. Carey has it, throws over to Skowron, and Rosen is retired. For Vic Wertz, Vic is hitting .280, 25 homers and 71 RBI. If Parallel League hasn't heard my John Sterling impression before, it is some John Sterling mixed in with some Jim Backus or Mr. Magoo. Pitch to Wertz. There is a chopper down to first. Skowron has it, and the Moose takes it to the bag himself, and there's 2 out. For Hal Narragon, hitting .350 with 2 homers and 5 RBI. Larson's pitch. Narragon hits a hard ground ball to short. McDougald has it, throws to first, and Hal is retired. So pretty much 6 up, 6 down for the Indians. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. For Carey, Coleman, and Larson to face Score, who threw a very tough 29 pitches in the first. Andy hitting .238, 5 homers, as the cat kind of now wonders what I'm going to do, and 44 RBI. You going to cuddle? No. Oh, Sarah, would you come get your daughter, please? Pitch to Carey is a fly ball down the line and left. Back goes Woodling. Gene, that will stay in the yard. I thought that was gone. The wind is blowing out to left at 11. It has shifted around, and Woodling timed that pretty well. It was on the warning track. It's a good-sized cinder track here at Yankee Stadium. 1 out for Jerry Coleman, hitting .254, 2 doubles and 6 RBI. Thank you. Scorer's pitch. That's into right center. Busby has it, and there are 2 quick outs. So this is what Score did in the first until he walked the bases loaded. Don Larson is a pretty decent hitter. He's hitting .278, no homers and 4 RBI. Score winds and fires. Line drive to short. Carrasquel is there, and it's a clean inning for Score. Hasn't struck anybody out yet. Doesn't matter. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the third, no score. So Busby, Carrasquel, and Score to face Larson here in the third. So for those of you who went to Digital to Dice Con, you guys had a great time. I saw Andrew just for a split second on Sunday. Pitch to Busby. Got him. Larson got him to chase a 1-2. Curveball. 1 out for Carrasquel, hitting .238, 7 homers and 34 RBI. You guys overwhelmingly say the Indians in the poll. Pitch to Chico. Got him. A good morning and a good afternoon as Larson got him to look at a 2-2 off-speed pitch. And Knight Rider gets the strikeout. The music can play in your head. Careful. Careful, Michael. He's gaining on us. Here's Herb Score. Inning 125 with no homers and 3 RBI. 5 for 40. You were headed at the door as I was coming on. Looked like you guys had a great time. Pitch to Score. And Herb draws the beer league walk. Never a walking pitcher, especially with 2 out. So that's the first base runner of the game for Cleveland. Mike of the Truck had a great time, too. Bobby Avila is 0 for 1. Opening 9 for Larson, 40 pitches, 2 2/3, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Yeah, you're in a ton of photos. Mike in the Truck, if he's still with us, got to show off the beta for Pro Strategy Football 2026. That's right out of Mystery Science Theater 3000, isn't it? Pitch to Avila. There is a ground ball to short. McDougald has it. He'll go to first. Avila can run, but the throw beat him, and that will take care of the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the third here in New York, no score. So McDougald serving Mantle to face Score here in the third. Gill 0 for 1. The beta looked great. I didn't realize that he was showing off until he posted it Saturday night. Herb Score, opening 9, 36 pitches, 2 innings, 3 walks, and no strikeouts. Pitch to Gill is popped up. Carrasquel and Woodling. It'll be Chico, and on the dirt, rather, 1 out. For Bob Surf, who's 0 for 1. Hard hit, right center. Busby going back. A lot of room out there, and Jim could make the catch. 2 out for Mickey Mantle, who was one of the 3 straight walks to Score allowed in the first. But it's bagel time on the scoreboard. Got him. He's chased a 91-mile-an-hour fastball on an 0-2. And that will do. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the fourth. It's a fast ball game. Isn't Dave Cook great? After three, no score. So it'll be Woodling, Smith, and Rosen to face Larson here in the fourth. Gene is 0 for 1. Ground ball to first, Scourin, 1 out. For Al Smith, who's 0 for 1. Struck him out. That's 3 for Larson. Don working the off-speed and the fastball right in together. And I think he looked at it for strike 3. So 2 out for Al Rosen, who is 0 for 1. Larson deals. Fly ball, left center field. You got a ton of room out there. Mantle chases it down. And Mickey makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the fourth here in New York. It's Cleveland nothing, the Yankees nothing. So here are the standings. Cleveland starts the day 2.5 behind Chicago. Then Detroit is 4 back. The Red Sox are 5.5 back. And then the Yankees are 6.5 back. Then Baltimore, Washington, And Lenny Dawson isn't going to come to Kansas City fast enough. In the National League, Brooklyn's lead over Milwaukee is now 8.5. And we really have reached 78 Yankee time in the National League. Cincinnati is 17 back. St. Louis, 18.5. The Giants, Cubs, Phillies, and then the Pirates are all just kind of looking up. The Dodgers, halfway through the month of July, are 56-21. They are halfway through the season on a pace to win 112 games. Incredible. Yep, golf update possibly coming in the fall or next spring. His son Ryan does that, and Ryan has a real world job now. Yogi Berra walked his first time up. Popped up. Rosen waits, makes the catch. 1 out for Bill Skowron to walk. Pitch to Moose, walked him. So score has walked Skowron twice. 4th base runner for the Yankees. For Hank Bauer, who's 0 for 1. Skowron actually doesn't have bad speed. Cody, how are you? Real world job's overrated. As he sits there working in his real world job. I'm doing great, Jamie. How are you? Pitch to Bauer is a line drive to Avila. Do they double off Skowron? Yes, they do. So the Moose was loose, and Avila just kind of crept in, snuck it in his glove, threw it to first, and the Yankees are retired in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 5th. It is Bagel City here in the Bronx. No score. I'm not sure. I think you're the one that's commented the most and you liked the video. So are you my number 1 like today? I don't know what that is. They've changed it on my screen. There's now a button called Community. I don't know what that means. YouTube doesn't tell me anything. Vic Wirtz is 0 for 1. Fly ball, right field. Bauer waits. 1 out. For Hal Narragon, Hal is 0 for 1. I think that's it. I think because you're now number 1, it gives you the Purple Crown. Sounds like a cereal, doesn't it? You get your box of Blueberry and get your Purple Crowns. Pitch to Narragon. There is a base hit. That is the first hit for anybody in this game, by the way. So Narragon with a single with 1 out in the 5th. I wonder, wow. So how about that? So we go pretty much into the 5th inning before we get a hit. Jim Busby struck out his first time up. Cody says, when you click on the Purple Crown atop the chat, it opens a leaderboard. Wonder if they're trying to match Twitch for top follower metrics. It very well may be true. So, remember, score is walked 4, but it hasn't allowed a hit. Larson has walked 1 and finally allows a hit. Pitch to Busby. There's a slow chopper down to 3rd. Carey waits for the bounce. He'll go across to first. Busby's running the throw to first, and Busby beat it out. So an infield hit, and the Indians have 2 on, 1 out for Carrasquel, who struck out his first time up. We are flying today. Pitch to Chico. Popped up. Left side. Handles hooking down the line. Here is serve. He'll turn and watch it go. I thought that was a pop-up, and it just kept going and going and going. The wind took that out, and the Indians lead at 3-0. Chico hit 7 in real life, now has 8 on the year. Watch this. He pulled that down the line, and the wind aided home run. I thought Serve was going to get that. And instead, it's 3-0 Cleveland. Here's what YouTube says, as Cody now is at number 2. What's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. I would say that the winner gets to have lunch with me, but Andy's supposed to come up and have lunch with me at some point anyway. So here's Herb's score. Herb is 0 for has walked. So Larson behind the 8 ball now. 3 straight hits, including the 3-run homer from Carrasquel. 3-0 Cleveland. Right center. Mantle makes the catch. 2 out from Bobby Avila, who's 0 for 2. Larson, 18 batters, 65 pitches, 4 2/3. Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully with Mr. Larry King, too. 4 2/3 for Larson, 3 hits, the home run to Chico, a walk, and 3 strikeouts if it doesn't snow. The Mount Mansfield had... Did you get snow? I bet they got snow up in Berlin and Gorham. Mount Mansfield had snow yesterday. And they're talking snow this... They're talking a nor'easter up here. It is 46 degrees and cloudy. It rained, of course, as it has the entire month of May. You imagine trying to run the Indy 500 in the weather up here? Pitch to Avila. There is a high ground ball to third, carry across the way, and that will take care of the Indians. However, they put up 3 on the 3-run homer from Carrasquel, and halfway home on a Tuesday, Cleveland 3, New York 0. Hello to Kurt and Todd B. It's not cumulative there, Todd. It's per stream, apparently. You joined us late. Here's how we got here. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Indians. And the Yankees have bagels across the board. They got 3 walks in the first in New York and could not score. Carrasquel, a 3-run homer a moment ago to make it 3-0. Herb score, 4 innings, 4 walks, and a strikeout. Larson, 5 innings, 3 hits. The 3 runs coming just a moment ago on the home run from Chico, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. You can take, that's true, a few puns, and Todd B can crown himself, which we know for Todd would be the crowning achievement of his life. Andy Carey's 0 for 1. Fly ball left field. Back goes Woodling. That is going to catch the jet stream, I think. Woodling backpedaling. Back he goes. Makes the catch. I think that he got under it just a little bit. That looked pretty similar to the Carrasquel home run, but instead it stayed in the yard. 80 degrees. Winds out to 11 now, out to left and 11. Jerry Coleman's 0 for 1. Right center. Busby. 2 out. For Don Larson, who's 0 for 1. So you have to be on your game all the time. No, I didn't think that, you went to the George Hendricks School of YouTube posting. It's not the word I wanted to say, but we're family friendly. Pitch to Larson, and Don draws the walk. I'm only seeing it for 2, though. I don't know if Tribe Fan is still here. So a 2-out walk. Herb, 18 batters, 72 pitches, 4 2/3, 5 walks, and a strikeout. Holy Joe Cowley. Gil McDougald is 0 for 2. Score and Narragon have a word. Herb shakes his head, deals. Fly ball down the line and left. That's got a good rise out of it. Woodling retreats and will make the catch. Leaps up and robs him of a home run. So you saw the flash go up on the screen. 5 innings, and the Yankees have Bengals on the board. After 5, Cleveland 3, New York nothing. So Woodling, Smith, and Rosen to face Larson, who hasn't pitched bad himself, here in the 6th. Gene is 0 for 2. Fly ball left center. Mantle. 1 out. All 3 hits in the game combined came in the top of the 5th for Cleveland. Topped by the 3-run homer by Chico Carrasquel to give Cleveland their 3 runs. Al Smith is struck out. He's 0 for 2. I always don't know what to do with that. I wouldn't say anything. The computer's going to tell you. Pitch to Smith. That is ripped to left. Serve. Holds it, and there's 2 out. Are these crowns like those stamp books from the 70s where you can redeem them from toasters? Oh, green stamps or plaid stamps, depending on where you shopped. Yes, you can redeem them for a George Hendrick autograph poster. Al Rosen is 0 for 2. Larson deals. Rosen goes over Coleman for a base hit. Mantle throws it back in, and that's the 4th hit. Nope, see, Trout fan lost it. For Todd B., for personal pan pizzas at Pizza Hut. Todd B. would go for the works for sure. Vic Wertz, speaking of works, is 0 for 2. S&P green stamps. S&H. It was S&H. I'm not implying anything. I'm just saying that it's appropriate for the Yankees to have Bengals on the board, being that they're in New York City. We did those. Oh, so Todd B's up to 3rd. Todd B's going to win whatever it is that you get out of this. Pitch to Wertz. Popped up. Right side. Scouring. Waits. No infield fly called. Will make the catch, and that will do. Indians get a hit, leave a runner on. They've only left on 2. And after 5.5 here in New York, it's Cleveland 3, the Yankees nothing. So serve Mantle and Barra to face Score here in the 6th. Bob is 0 for 2. Score, remember, coming off a start where he fanned 14, has only struck out 1 a day. Jeremiah says, I'm still having my stamp collection from when... Oh, when you were little. There's one with an upside down... Okay, Jeremiah. Jeremiah got into good use again. Hendrick uses auto pen. Too much... Of course he does. Pitch to serve. Bob swings a ground ball to short. Carrasquel has it. Makes a fantastic play. Over to Wertz. 1 out. Chico doing it all, man. 3-run homer. Great to second. Great defensive play in the field. Here's Mickey Mantle. Mickey has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Score deals. Struck him out. That's 2. A 2-2 fastball that Mickey watched. 2 out for Yogi Berra. Mike Terranova, how are you? Yogi walked. He's 0 for 1. So for Herb Score, the later this goes, the eyes of New York are right upon you. He pitches. There's a line drive to Avila, and we're through 6. It's the Cleveland Indians 3, the New York Yankees nothing. I promise, Jeremiah, there are no Jim Palmer posters. It'll be Narragon, Busby, and Carrasquel. I'll be in the booth doing color. Todd B wants his crown. Narragon broke up Larson's no-hit bid in the 5th with a single, and then he scored. Fly ball right field. Bauer retreating to the track. 1 out. Top of the 7th here. Busby 1 for 2. Jim has scored a run. I'm trying to think. It was Arizona that took us to the brink a couple years ago. And I injured the pitcher for like 4 months after. I'm trying to think of who it was. Pitch to Busby. That's into right center. Bannell reaching over, tracks it down to, I think it was Mike Morgan. Here's Carrasquel. It's his 3-run homer in the 5th. That are the only runs of the game. He now has 8 homers, and he's driven in 37. Again, Larson has pitched a good ball game, but he's on the wrong side of a 3-0 score. Line shot to right. Bauer will make the catch. Stretch time, 3-0 Cleveland. So Skowron, Bauer, and Carey here in the 7th. The crowd here in New York starting to get a bit restless. Bill has walked twice. Score has walked 5. They'll walk again. So the 6 walk for Score, and Skowron has drawn half of them. For Hank Bauer, who is 0 for 2 today. And we're right up into Joe Cowley territory right now, aren't we? Pitch to Bauer. Struck him out. That's 3 for Score. A 1-2, and I think Bauer just watched it go right in the glove. 1 out for Andy Carey, who is 0 for 2. Fly a pop-up, shallow left center. Woodling rides the Schwinn. He may have even needed to get on the moped there. Makes the catch, and Skowron goes back. So 2 out here in the 7th. For Jerry Coleman, who is 0 for 2. Score is 106 pitches with 2 out in the 7th. He deals left center field. Busby has all day. We're through 7. The Indians 3. The Yankees have left on 5, but it's Bagel City in the Bronx. So Score, Avila, and Woodling to face Larson here in the 8th, as the chat has gotten suspiciously quiet. Herb is 0 for 1 with a walk. Got him. That's 4 for Larson. A full count fastball or curveball swung on and missed. Everyone just kind of hanging on. Larson, 27 batters, 99 pitches, 7 in the 3rd, 4 hits. The home run to Carrasquel is the game. Jeremiah is afraid of losing his crown. We'll play some Ray Parker Jr. as soon as I go off the air. Little Jack and Jill. Larson has walked a man and struck out 4. Avila is 0 for 3. It'll be Larson, McDougald, and Serve in the 8th for New York. Pitch to Avila. There is a line shot to 3rd. Carey is there, 2 out. Gene Woodling is 0 for 3. Larson delivers, and Gene draws the walk. For Al Smith, who is 0 for 3. So Yankee Stadium kind of in a pensive mood. The wind has slowed down a bit. It is now 82 degrees. It is a good-sized crowd because the Yankees need this game. And they're all just kind of sitting on their hands right now. Pitch to Smith. Struck him out. 5 for Larson. So Narragon will come out, and Earl Averill will come in to catch. A defensive sub. Earl, not there for picture day, is 25. And a 5. That's interesting that the computer would do that. Averill's a 5 and a 4. It'll be Larson, McDougald, and Serve here in the 8th. Larson is 0 for 1 with a walk. We'll see what the computer does. Let's see what I leave him in. And wouldn't you know it, that is over Rosen, down in the corner. Woodling will go fish it out, and Don Larson breaks up the no-hitter with nobody out in the 8th inning. His 5th double of the year, and that will do it. I'm the Yacht Rock King, Todd. I forgot I was running the Yankees. I wondered what the computer was going to do. And then Larson does his thing. Yep, Larson wants some lock for those bagels. So, Herb score, 7+ innings, 27 batters, 113 pitches. That was the first hit of the ball game. He has walked 6. Yeah, that's an interesting move, changing the catcher there. McDougald is 0 for 3. Score, walked him. I'm not sure what that was, although Narragon was a 2 and a 2. Averill is a 5 and a 4, so certainly a better defensive catcher. Here's Bob Serve. He's 0 for 3. Yep, you're throwing a no-hitter, and who breaks it up? The pitcher. Fly ball, left center. Busby. That's well hit, but there's a ton of room. 463 out there, and Busby takes advantage. Just remember, you visit the same people on the way up as you do on the way down. One out for Mickey Mantle, who has struck out twice. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. So I think it was, Mike Morgan, who took one in the 9th inning for Arizona back in when we did 2001. And Game 5 of the 49 series, where Fred Sanford, in a World Series clincher for the Yankees, in fact, the only real World Series that we've done in the 7 years so far, took a no-hitter into the 9th at Ebbets Field. Pitch to Mantle. That is up the middle. Carrasquel only play maybe is to first. Mantle beat it out. So an infield hit, and now the Yankees, with Yogi Berra, who is Jeremiah's hit pick, can give them the lead. He does have one grand slam this year. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. Catcher had FanDuel money on the line. No, not FanDuel. Legitimate import-export business run by the Port Authority. Pitch to Berra. Yogi swings. Right field. Back goes Smither, and that will stay in the yard. That should score Larson. Smith makes a catch. Larson will, with 2 outs, going to try and score. The throw to the plate is a good one. Larson slides, but he beat it out. And the Yankees are on the board. It's now 3-1 in Cleveland. For Bill Skowron, who has walked all 3 times. Finally makes contact. Busby in center field will go back, but make the catch, and the Yankees have at least made this interesting. 1 run, they get their first 2 hits of the ball game and no errors. They have left on 7 through 8 innings, and we go to the 9th. It's the Indians 3, the Yankees 1. So I've never called a no-hitter. I've only had 2. Jim Bouton, an action PC in 1964 with his Yankees in this ballpark, as a matter of fact. And the other one was Catfish Hunter with the Yankees in a tournament I was doing in Strategic Baseball Simulator. It's a good thing John's not here, because it was against the 78 Phillies. 78 Catfish Hunter, too. Al Rosen, 1 for 3. Let's go. Oh, now he shows up. How you doing, John? Larson deals. Rosen into left center. Mantle Again, running off last night's bar tab, 1 out for Vic Wertz. Vic is 0 for 3. So 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Cleveland. They left on 3. It was Chico Carrasquel's 3-run homer and the 5th that was the difference. The Yankees, no hit for 7 innings. A run on 2 hits and no errors. And because Herb Score couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, the Yankees have left on 7. Pitch to Wertz. Struck him out. 6 for Larson, who has pitched a good ball game. 78 Phillies, worst Phillies playoff team ever. Worse than, really? Schmidt did not have a good year. But what makes you say that? Worse than 83? Yep, the wifey got a brand new 43-inch TV for the living room. That, with delivery, tax, and tip, was $189. Pirates should have won, I'm being told. Averill strikes out. So Larson, fan 7, and now they're going to bring in Jim Hegan. Now that's interesting that Cleveland would use 3 different catchers. Hegan, a 9 and an 8. So it'll be Bauer, Carey, Coleman, and then if we get to Larson, pinch hit. Score, again, had a no-hitter through 7, gave up 2 hits in the 8th. He has walked 7. Power, 0 for 3 with a K. Oh, Schmitty going through personal problems and almost everyone else underperformed. Interesting. And John immediately moves up to number 1 in our Crispy Crown Challenge. Bauer. Left center. Busby. Oh, that's well hit. Busby running. 1 out. He slides and makes the catch. So 1 out. The Yankees 2 to tie, 3 to win. Carey is 0 for 3. It's some sort of, if you chat the most, I think you get top spot on the board. It's something that YouTube is doing. I have no idea. Pitch to Carey. Struck him out. That's 4 for Score. And it's last chance saloon for the Yankees. So we'll look. We're going to go with Billy Hunter. Hunter, as a pinch hitter, hitting 167. I don't know why they would do. I've never seen that happen before. It is kind of a backhanded compliment, yep. Hunter is hitting overall 308 with a home run and 2 RBI. We encourage talking. Actually, the more that you guys chat, the better it does with the algorithm and gets me out there exposed to more people. Because that's exactly what we need to be doing, is being exposed to more people. 2 out, nobody on. Score trying to finish this one off and pick up his 9th win. Todd, I have nothing to do with it. Pitch to Hunter. There is a ground ball that will skip through into left field, and the Yankees have a base runner on and 2 out. Now, the outcome box says I should leave Larson in. The move would be to pinch hit here. So what would you do? I mean, the logic tells you got to pinch hit. But Larson is a walk and a double. If you look at that outcome box, you'd leave him in. Jeremiah says pinch hit. I mean, that would be the logical thing to do. It would be to pinch hit. So who can hit a score? Billy Martin does not have a pinch hit. He can win this. He can win the game, right? Or tie the game. 253 overall, 5 homers, and 28 RBI. He can tie it with a home run. if he should reach, it'll be McDougal. Score right at 150 pitches. 2 out, 3-1 Cleveland. 1 out away from a big win. Pitch to Martin. There's a slow bounder that's going to get into left field, and the band plays on. Hunter on to third, and it's runners on the corners and 2 out for Gil McDougal, who was the one that pretty much ended Herb Score's career. Gil is 0 for 3 today with a walk. Score, 36 batters, 152 pitches, 8 2/3, 4 hits, 7 walks, and 4 strikeouts. And a home run would win the ball game. Yeah, I think if it wasn't, you look at that outcome box and it's kind of a tell. I mean, any other chance, you go, no, I'm pulling. Larson's not pitching the 10th if it goes to the 10th. And so the logical move would be to use your bench. Todd B is only 5th in crowns. I just work here. Pitch to McDougal. Ground ball to third. Where's Rosen going to go? He goes to Avila, and the Indians win it. So all for naught, 5-4 on the fours, and Cleveland comes into Yankee Stadium and beats them 3-1. So 2 hours and 28 fake minutes. 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. The Indians moved to Yogi would have won it. Well, Yogi didn't. 45 and 34 are the Indians. The Yankees fall to 41 and 40 on a run and 4 hits and no errors. The Yankees leave on 9. 9. Cleveland left on 3. Herb Score, one of the strangest lines ever. I suppose he had minus stuff and was really tired. Wow. Herb Score took a note with minus stuff. Where's DeMarco when you need him? 9 innings, 4 hits, all in the last 2 innings. The run was earned. He walked 7 and struck out 4. Don Larson goes to 5-5, 9 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. The homer to Carrasquel, he walked 2 and struck out 7. Isn't that great? Yeah, both pitchers, a bit of a load for Larson, but it was just one bad pitch. And you could have won the state if the coach had put you in. Yep. Taylor Swift and I could have had a date, too, if she knew I existed and I was single and she wasn't a billionaire. So, Score will get the digitalized player of the game. He goes to 9-7. And Larson falls to 5-5, and the Yankees, for the moment, fall to 7 back. The rest of this Saturday in baseball for you. The Redlegs beat the Phillies 4-1 at Crossley. Clipstein 4-10. Robin Roberts 5-10. Wishing you a good morning, America. Bailey 1 for 2. Hits his 11th and drives in 3. Washington, good gravy. They beat Detroit 9-4. Pasquale 5-10. Frank Larry falls to 6-10. Jim Lemon 2 for 4. Hits his 15th and drives in 3. The White Sox beat the Red Sox 7-5. Ellis Kinder, the old friend for the Red Sox, gets the win for Chicago. He's 1-0. Dorish goes to 1-1. Jackie Jensen, not as big as his all-star home run, but he hit one nonetheless, 2 for 3. Pirates beat the Cubs at Wrigley 4-3. Elroy Face 5-4. Rush falls to 8-8. Roberto Clemente 2 for 4. Hits his 5th and drives in 2. Giants double up the Cardinals 6-3. Worthington sells you a used car, wins his 7th, goes to 7-4. Vinegar Ben Mizell 6-7, and Sarney 3 for 4 with a triple. Milwaukee in 10 beats Brooklyn 8-5. Ernie Johnson, 3-5. Lehman falls to 3-2, and Carl Furillo 2 for 3 hits his 10th in the loss. And Kansas City beats Baltimore 2-1. McMahon 2-1. Forty Ellis 3-2, and Bobby Shantz picks up his 8th save. Well, you get your chance tomorrow to get your crown back. Oh, you know what? You're going to get your chance in prime time to do this. 7:30 for a doubleheader between the Tigers and the Yankees. 7:30 Eastern. Let's play two. Foytak and Sturdivant and Larry and McDermott. So 7:30, Todd B gets two chances to get back his crispy crowns. It's a true doubleheader from this big old ballpark in the Bronx. Until then, oh yeah. And the Thursday lunch stream will be Philadelphia and Milwaukee. So until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much. Mr. Unger will be happy. So tomorrow, it's a night game. We'll have the doubleheader, Tigers and Yankees. So long, everybody.